Hey guys, I'm back for part 5. If you don't remember last time, it was basically the school camp and all my verses all for one that we covered. So, let's just begin. Midoriya, being Midoriya from this series, would continue to spy on UA, specifically Class 1A. He also would hack cameras so he could get on UA's plans. Okay, not UA, not the cameras, but the other stuff, but would not change anything, just luck. The League of Villains thought that there had to be some sort of plan that could help them. Midoriya and Toga came up with a plan. They'd find another hero school and take of some two students' blood so that they can, well, interfere in the future. Midoriya does some research and finds two students, Inasa Yoroshi, the tornado guy, and Kami Utsushimi, the girl Toga turns into. Midoriya and Toga roam around town separately to find them. Midoriya eventually finds the town that they're from, Midoriya eventually finds Inasa and starts a conversation with him. He eventually starts to seem to trust Midoriya, and it was pretty easy because, well, you've seen him in the show. He's really not the smartest. And then Midoriya presses a button on his watch, and a mighty crusher comes from the sky and attacks them. Hinasa, of course, in defense, attacks it and destroys it, but gets a cut on himself. Midoriya then gets out a rag and wipes his arm, and Inasa thanks him and bows, but crashes his head on the ground. Midoriya then wipes the blood off on his head and runs off. That was too easy. The thing is that he put something on the rag. Also, just so, nothing happens and nothing suspicious happens, also, Midoriya put some stuff on the rag that will make him sick the day of the exam. He gets out his phone and calls Toga. Toga also got Kami's blood. And then they prepare for the day to come. They transform and go to the exam. Mora, the guy with the hair, asks if they're okay, and they just say they're a bit dizzy. The games then begin, and the first round is the balls one. They start to target Class 1A. Toga targets a bunch of the members, but Midoriya only targets Kirishima. The reason is Midoriya knows that Kirishima got close to Bakugo, and, well, you'd have to be a pretty good person to ever even get even close to that. That and everything Midoriya has observed shows that he would be a great disguise if they ever need to mess up Class 1A or UA in general. He finds him and gets him to stop following Bakugo, because if you remember in the show, he follows Bakugo and Bakugo runs off. They start to fight and Kirishima gets really injured. Midoriya speeds past him but doesn't get him out and he disappears. Midoriya and Toga then get get others out. Sorry, my script, I'm a bit tired. Then they get others out and pass that test, but leave and say they weren't feeling well. On the way back, Midoriya says he got Kirishima's blood, and Toga says she got the blood of a few people. Okay, so this is where non-anime spoilers begin. So if you have not read the manga, if you have not read anything after this in the manga, do not continue to read. Or, not read, do not continue to watch. If you only watch the anime and have no idea what happens here and do not want to know, do not continue to watch. If you complain to me, you have been warned, I'm saying, so you can't complain to me. Again, if you don't know what the next arc is about, do not continue to watch if you don't want it to be spoiled. Okay, you have been warned. A few weeks go by, and villains are going wild since All Might is gone. The League of Villains is relaxing until Twice calls and says to meet up for someone that would be worth joining. They all meet up, and Twice brings a bird mask-wearing gangster who tells that Twice says would be a good member. The guy calls himself Overhaul. Oh, I just said that. The guy calls himself Overhaul. And, well, he doesn't really plan on joining them. He says everyone they try to recruit was just always failed, because they never really had a plan. Or, no, they always had a plan but never a goal. And he tells them to join him. This then ticks off Big Sis Mag, the the guy slash girl, cause he's transgender. That's not a problem. But it's the person that has the ability that makes men positive and girls negative, or the other way around, like batteries kind of stuff. Not batteries, magnets. Anyways, he takes Big Sis Mag off, they charge at Overhaul. Midoriya screams at her to stop because he can't figure out Overhaul's quirk, because it could be dangerous, but it's too late. Big Mass gets touched on the arm and explodes. All of a sudden, Mr. Compress attacks and gets his arm blown off. Shigaraki attempts to attack, but, well, he then sees that Overhaul's crew is there, so they don't fight. Overhaul says if they're ready to call him, then he says if they're ready to call, then, well, call him, and he leaves a business card, and they leave. The next day, Midoriya starts to work on an arm for Mr. Compress, because remember, this Midoriya knows a lot about, like, building and engineering. As he puts it on Mr. Compress, he starts to talk about how it's his fault. It's his fault because he couldn't figure out Overhaul's quirk. If he could, Compress wouldn't have lost his arm, and, well, Big Sis Mag wouldn't have died. Compress tells him to stop blaming himself, and it's not his fault, and there's nothing they could have done. Big Sis wouldn't have stopped and would still have tried to, attempt to show that they're worthy, and Mr. Compress would still have tried to attempt to minimize him, but would have failed. And, well, yeah. And that's where I'm going to end it. Yeah, that's where I'm going to end it. Again, you cannot yell at me, because I warned you that there were spoilers. Okay? I told you. You cannot blame me. Have a fun time. See you later, my fools and ghouls. Your Jester, your foolish Jester, is out.